My first week of designing Lego went, well, let's just say it wasn't the best start. But you know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm hope that's right. So day one was somewhat acceptable, with it also being my first day. But here's what I think I did well on and what I didn't do so well on. Pro, the shape was decently accurate to what I wanted. Con,
I should have used more variety of pieces.
Con, I could have used more different colours.
okay, that's enough of that. On day two, the theme was rocks, and take a look. Oh, okay. Moving on. So day three started with a good mindset, and I was gonna add some bazzazzle to my build today. I started off the build by brainstorming on what my local beaches looked like, and came out with this kind of tunnel-esque vibe, which is kind of like it's kind of through a valley almost, except it's more there's small dune hills on your left and right when you're walking through. Oop, and we're done. I feel I captured the pathway through the dunes quite accurately, and I think the details I added were quite nice with the sandcastle and some of the towels and what are those called? I don't know what those are called. Big umbrella. So day four was a Venus flytrap. I was pretty confident with this one in some areas and in some not so much. So I started off making the plant pot, which wasn't too difficult. I used this nice duplication trick where you make one section and then just use the clone tool to make it over and over again. So I got through the pot quite quickly. I used some nice snot techniques to add the texture. Then I got to the plant area, which I used way too many cheese slopes, but who cares? Then I continued up, made the stem of the Venus flytrap in a darker green, and then the rest in a lighter green and even a kind of coral pink towards the top. I'm not too happy with the little teeth or feelers of it, but on a first try, that took me about 40 minutes. I'm pretty happy with it. The coral colour, I know it doesn't come in those cylindrical pieces, but it's fine. I'm not going to actually get the set, so the accuracy of whether the colour of the piece exists doesn't really matter to me. It's finally day 5 of this video, and this is the finale of the nature theme. Drumroll please. A Felucia mark! If you don't know what Felicia is, it's the planet where Ayla Secura is murdered by her clone squadron during Order 66. And if you don't know what that is, rewatch Revenge of the Sith. And if you don't know what that is, well boy, you're in for a treat. Go watch Star Wars, best movies and just franchise in general. Anyway, back to the mock. I started off with looking at some references of the planet and a couple of videos, clips from the Clone Wars and that movie Revenge of the Sith, the scene where Ayla's murdered also, and got some ideas, and here's the finished product. And ta-da! This is my mock. If I could, I definitely would add some minifigures to complete the kind of Ayla Secura scene, but because of Bricklink and Studio being a bit weird, you don't have all the pieces, and then the colours won't be right in the pieces, and it'll just look weird. So that's why I didn't add minifigures. If this was a physical mock, I would 100% add some minifigures, and it would make it look 5 times better. And I think it turned out pretty well. I like this tree that I have, this kind of tree-ish looking thing that I included. It was in a lot of the pictures and a lot of the kind of zoomed out scenes. It was quite tall and slanted. I would have liked more slant. It looks quite diagonal and like bricky, but after all, I was building with bricks, Lego bricks, so that was always going to be part of the mock, but you know, what can you do? I was also quite happy with the colouring of this tall tree, whereas not so happy with the colouring of this greenish plant. I wish I kind of had more translucent green and could have blended the top a bit more, but yet Lego doesn't really make those colours very much, especially in those parts. But I think overall this is quite an accurate mock to its source material. It did end up taking me like 2 hours for some reason, and I spent way too long on this whole series together. But my final thoughts is I'm pretty happy with what I got done this week. I think I improved from using pretty much I think I had 5 different pieces in the first mock, coming to about like probably 20 or 30 in the final mock. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think my variety of colours also improved, having like 3 colours or 4 colours in the first one and ending up with multiple colours, probably around 10ish. So I'm very happy with the variety I added and some of the techniques I used, and I can't wait for next week. Peace.